My name's Jim Clack. My last name's C-L-A-C-K. I'm the fire chief here in Minneapolis.
Fire chief.
We're going to do a short briefing on operations, and also I have with me Chief Sharon Levinsky from the police department. And she's going to talk about some traffic issues and the law enforcement side of things. Approximately 6 o'clock this evening, we had a major section of our Interstate 35W crossing the Mississippi River in downtown Minneapolis collapse. This particular section of freeway was under repair. We don't know yet what caused the collapse. We do not believe at this point that there was any terrorism or any nefarious activity. It was just, we think, a structural collapse. Of course, our first priority was to rescue victims. There were several people still standing on the bridge after it collapsed, several people in vehicles. We know that there was at least 50 vehicles, probably much more than that, on the bridge at the time of the collapse. We transported over 60 people to area hospitals. That number we expect to go up. At this point we have 7 confirmed fatalities, and we expect that number to go up as well. Right now on the scene, we've ceased river operations for the evening. It's too dark, there's too much debris in the river to continue in the river tonight. We will at first light be back in the river working again. And that is several agencies, the fire department, the sheriff's department, and other agencies with river assets and divers. We are continuing some operations on the bridge itself. There again, we're winding those down. We've moved from a rescue mode just in the last several minutes to a recovery mode, which means we're going to be very careful not to hurt any rescuers or any other people working at the site. And we're going to continue to operate in that mode through the evening and through the day tomorrow. With that, I'm going to pass it to Chief Levinsky.
I'm Sharon Levinsky, Assistant Chief of Minneapolis Police Department. First of all, we are working hand in hand with our partners from the fire department on this incident. And we also have a number of partners from other law enforcement agencies in the state and the county helping us, and we appreciate that. 2 things I want to mention is that for those who are wondering about friends or relatives, we have a gathering at the Holiday Inn Metrodome for those who are looking for information on possible survivors or someone involved in this incident, and we have put that information out. The second thing looks forward to tomorrow morning in terms of coming in and going out of downtown Minneapolis. We are working on a transportation plan right now that will assure access into and out of downtown Minneapolis for tomorrow. We will be posting that on the City of Minneapolis website along with other information that we are providing, like the Red Cross number for other outstate relatives of possible people involved. So please look at the City of Minneapolis website. We encourage anyone who is going to be coming into downtown Minneapolis tomorrow to absolutely avoid the area, be considerate of those who were involved in this incident, be considerate of the rescuers that are going to be at the scene tomorrow, and also just please take your time, use patience, and be considerate of everyone there.
Good evening, I'm Ted Canova with the Twin Cities Red Cross. Our hearts go out to everybody affected by this tragedy. We were able to watch firsthand the heroism, but also the cooperation and the partnership of a lot of agencies in the Twin Cities tonight. I think people at home should be proud of the response that folks around me and the people who report to them turned in tonight and are still turning in. Twin Cities Red Cross, fortunately, had a plan. We were ready. We housed the 60 kids from the school bus and gave them comfort in the immediate moments after the emergency. We gave them mental health counseling when they needed it. We passed on maybe a dozen of 60 kids to the hospital, and we were there waiting as families came down to the Twin Cities Red Cross chapter headquarters at a time where the families were reunited with at least 40 or 45 kids. As I say, we were ready. Our blood supply is in good shape, but it's only because people have donated in the past, and I don't think that the Twin Cities community should take this lightly. While we may be ready in that regard, we always need to collect for the next one. And we are being inundated at the Twin Cities Red Cross from everybody asking what can they do, which isn't unusual in an emergency like this. The generosity of the Twin Cities is second to none, we all know. And I just wanted to give some information in case people had the inkling to contribute in some way, to donate blood or to donate money. They can go to our website, which is redcrosstc.org, or they can call our donation hotline, which is 612-460-3700. Again, it's with heavy hearts that we even share this information, but the better we're prepared, the better we can serve the public in times like this. Thank you.
Ted, can you touch on the telephone number for family members to call?
Yes. Again, we wanted to streamline the information, the places to call. The City of Minneapolis website is a great clearinghouse. The Twin Cities Red Cross website also will have all the information for folks to call. Our homepage is being updated every 10 minutes, so it's got the latest information for folks, whether you have a loved one involved in this tragedy or just need other information.
Chief, can you talk a little bit about what that recovery effort will entail tomorrow morning at First Light?
Well, when we move from a rescue to recovery mode, we want to search every void space. When you have a collapse of freeway spans like this, there's a lot of void spaces that are hard to get into, and we don't want to get into those spaces until it's safe to do so. So what that means is we'll be slowly, along with engineers, structural engineers, letting us know when it's safe and where it's safe to go to get into those void spaces and make sure that we've looked everywhere.
Well, I know you said that it's, at this point, still too early to tell what happened. Is there any inkling as to how this happened?
No, I think what's going to happen, and I know what's going to happen starting tomorrow, is federal, state, and city experts are going to be looking at this span of bridge to make that determination. It's way too early for us to speculate. It is a total collapse of a significant section of the freeway, and so there was something went wrong, and we're going to get to the bottom of what happened. We just don't know yet tonight what happened.
What is the likelihood you would be able to locate any more survivors at this hour?
The likelihood goes down at this point. We've been where we think survivors could be so far. It is possible that throughout the night and tomorrow we may locate somebody else that is a survivor, but the likelihood is getting fairly slim.
What is going on as far as checks of other bridges at this hour, if anything?
I just actually talked with the Public Works Director from Minneapolis, and that is a concern, especially downriver. When you have a collapse like this, some of the material will flow downriver, and so they are looking at bridges downriver to make sure that the piers and those things are safe for operations.
Chief Lubinsky, can you give us an idea how you basically reached a conclusion that it does not appear to be terrorism at this point? Are there certain things that you'd expect to see right away that you didn't see that would get you to this point?
Sure, I think we had our own Homeland Security people on scene almost immediately, and we are in contact with other agencies who, along with Chief Clack, are doing an examination of some of those bridges. So we had no indication that anything like that was involved, but we were also double checking and triple checking to make sure.
So it appears to be a structural problem at this point.
As best we can tell, but it's way too early to say.
Any update on that?